Hey everyone, it's Jurdi here, founder of Fearless Transformation, where we help organizations grow through training, coaching, and consulting. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about the topic of respect. So, I work with organizations who they call on us where some of their people, they don't respect one another. Maybe the leadership do not respect, some of the staff, or the staff don't respect leadership. Or staff, they don't respect each other peer to peer, and as a result you feel like there's a lot of blame game that's going on, tit for tat, usurping authority, even being able to avoid communicating with one another because they feel like there's no respect for one person. As a result, the morale goes down, productivity goes down, the environment becomes more, tension, political games are going around. Who are we going to get next? Some leadership will be like protecting, this is their department, this is their territory. They will be, protective of their territory against other departments. So now managers with managers, they're not on the same page. HR and managers are kind of like they have no respect for one another. They feel like that person doesn't want to grow or doesn't want to be here, or trying to do the bare minimum, or they're trying to impose their opinions over them, or they think that they are not competent. They don't respect that they're competent at their job. So there's all kind of things and situations that respect, the lack of respect is creating, impacting in the organization, and most importantly, it impacts you. That's right, it impacts you as a person or as a teammate. It impacts you first, and then it impacts your team, and then it impacts the organization, and then it would impact who? The end user, the customer, the client, who are paying your salaries or paying your commissions, paying your bills, right? That's what's going to impact at the end of the day, the lack of respect. So, on the other hand, when we start working with them, we do some, coaching, retreats, team building, videos like this, and are willing and able to take on the coaching and start putting it in place. And then they learn that, when there's respect, now they start building trust. And with that, they will have some better team collaboration. And when there's respect, now they find that the clients are happy. They have better reviews, and they're able to serve better their community. They serve better their customers, and they serve the other teammates. They're helping other teammates to grow in the organization, and they create a safe space for everybody to collaborate and communicate without the feeling that they're gonna get in trouble. So the respect is key in working with one another. And if there's no respect, then there's no communication, and there's no relationship, period. And it's destined to bring the organization down at some point if it's not handled. So the first question is respect earned or is it given? So is respect earned or is it given? Okay. Many say that respect is earned. You gotta earn your respect. You earn your way in. You gotta prove that you're competent. You're gonna prove that you're worthy of respect. Okay, and that is the biggest problem that we find when working with organization, is that attitude that you gotta have to prove yourself first to me before I respect you. And with that, what creates that gap, and it creates that sense of defensiveness on the other person's, from the other person's view. It's like, so I'm not good enough until I prove that my behavior is good enough. That's when you respect me. Can't you just respect me for the virtue of being a human being? Right? So respect, I invite you and I challenge you to consider that respect is given. It's given. And then if it is not handled, or it's not nurtured, and it's not appreciated, now you may find yourself that you find there's no respect with the other person. But initially, respect is given. It's not like given only if, it's not conditional. You respect the person, the human being, as on the fact that they're a human being, period. That's respect. All right, it's given. And then from there, you start building on that. You gotta come from always from place of respect. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard to be able to create collaboration and trust in the workplace if you have no respect for that person. Now, they have behaviors that you may not be aligned with it. Okay, they may be doing things at work that is just like, you don't respect how they handle the work. And maybe they find them that maybe they're lazy, or they're trying to, fall or bring their work on you, or they're not doing their job. Okay, that is a behavioral issue. It's not a respect issue. That doesn't give us the right to disrespect another human being for the fact of that their behavior in their job or the behavior at home, whether they're going out every day or whether they're talking, about other people, whether they're, they're leaving the work to the last minute, whether their office is a mess. Okay, that doesn't give us the right to disrespect another human being. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you a tool when you feel that you are feeling disrespected. When your emotions go high and you're feeling disrespected, that's going to affect our intelligence, right? So, the key issues in most of these organizations we work with is when their emotions go high, the intelligence go down, and now they're not able to communicate, and now they disrespect one another. But when the emotions are neutral, then they're able to communicate, no problem, okay? So, for the most part, we respect one another. There's no doubts in that. We come from that place as human beings. And only when we are feeling emotional, that's when sometimes we get triggered. And when we're triggered, we lash out. Whether we lash out, become aggressive, or we withdraw and now become, shut down. So it's either fight or flight, all right? Or just freeze, okay? So those are the three behaviors that happen when emotions go down. We either want to fight, or we want to flight, just run away, or we just want to freeze, or we shut down. We don't even know how we're going to be able to handle this. So I'm going to give you a tool right now. It's going to help you to be able to communicate how you're feeling without being aggressive, all right, and without being passive. So you're going to find somewhere in the middle, what we call it being assertive. All right. So at any time when you're feeling emotions are high, you feel disrespected, then you'll be able to come from that place where you start with feeling, sharing with that person how you feel about this. All right. So you say, I feel. It's not like you make me feel. All right. I feel. There's nobody can blame you for that. They can't it's like, oh, you can't feel that way, right? This is how you feel. Versus if you say you make me feel. Now it's like, whoa, now you're putting all that responsibility on me that I'm trying to make you feel this way. Nobody can make you feel some way or another. You choose to feel based on your own triggers and the little voice in your head. What is it you're saying to yourself? So I feel, and then you say disrespected or unappreciated or betrayed, or whatever that emotion is that's causing that frustration or that intensity, you put that, you fill in the blanks right here. So I feel, let's say, disrespected when you go talk to my boss about the work, about the project, or about my work. All right? Will you please come talk to me first about it? Simple, right? So with that, it's going to help you, give you a tool that is going to now share how you feel versus dramatize how you feel. Does that make sense? Good. So let's give another example. I feel unappreciated when you raise your voice when you're talking to me. Will you please speak slower and lower? All right. So this you can play with in so many ways. So now my assignment to you is to search in your brain, whether it's your boss or whether it's a peer or whether it's a direct report. What do they do that triggers you? What are the triggers? Okay, so that's step number one. What are the triggers? And it's not like, when they're lazy. That's not a trigger. You want to say something. Basically, could you say, when it's like one day before the deadline of submitting a project, they come to me and tell me, you know what, I don't know how to do it. And though that I've explained it to them many, many times in the past, they come to me as if like they're giving me their work. So that would be a trigger, okay? Or they say, I don't know, I thought that I already shared that with you. Like they lie in a way. So if you say that if they're lying, that's not going to help, right? Versus a trigger would be, they pretend that this communication that never happened before. And that's a trigger to you, Okay, so search what are the triggers in your with people that you know in your workplace that is causing your emotions to go high and your intelligence at times could go low, right? And just apply this pattern with them. I feel, you share with them, and remember, it's not what you say, it's how you say it, right? So if you say, I feel unappreciated when you go talk to my boss about my work, will you please talk to me first next time? Whoa! Notice this? Like I'm leaning forward, I'm having my hands here on my hips, and my tonality is very aggressive. Versus, you know what? I feel a little bit unappreciated when you go talk to my boss about my work. Will you please come talk to me first next time? Notice that? Look at my palms, right? You can see, look at my body language. Look at, I'm not leaning so much forward. I'm like leaning a little bit backward, right? I don't want problems. I'm leaning backward. And my tonality is nurturing tonality, more I'm confused tonality. All right? So, you got the assignment. What are your triggers? That person, for the next, and between now and we speak next, go ahead and implement that pattern with them and comment, share in the link. Tell me how to go. If you want to, have a conversation with me, you want to, book an appointment with me, I'll be happy to talk to you about it. Until then, always be growing and always be fearless. Cheers.